I thought I was going to an interview because I put out mad applications on the computer, but when I showed up, it's actually a temp service. So, which is fine because it's like an agent. I have an agent to find me a job now, so that's cool. But I got dressed up for nothing. Like I could have went there in jeans. Because technically, they're working for me to help me find a job, but it's cool. I just went in his office and pulled up my resume, talked to him, how much I want to make, where I want to work, and I gotta call him tomorrow. He's submitting my job to a couple factories, and it is easier to get hired through a temp service because companies trust these temp services. They work with them multiple times over the years. Like these companies reach out to the temp services because they don't have time or energy to put their own job search out there. So they want the temp service to interview people, weed them out, review us, see what we're good at, and then they kind of like store us in a database. And when something comes up that we're qualified for, they put us in for it. They do all the legwork for me. So like it's kind of, I found them on Indeed. So they're kind of like Indeed but in person. So not only do I have a bunch of applications out on Indeed, but now I have an actual agent finding me a job. This is pretty common in northern coast places when you're looking for a job. When I was in Pennsylvania and I got hired for Hershey, I got right in the door through a temp service. I didn't have any issues because they do all the drug testing, they do all the pre-screening. Like I said, these companies trust them, so they do all the hard work. They call the company and say, hey, I got so and so for you. They'll book a interview. They'll call me and say, hey, Lizzie, you got an interview on such and such day at such and such time. And then it's up to me to get the job. They just get me in the interview, and then after the interview I call them and let them know, hey, I got the job. You don't have to keep hunting. They'll keep my records on file, so if I ever need them again, I just come back. And I think they make a little bit money out of my first paycheck, but that's it. I think it's like 25 bucks. I don't even know. I don't know how they get paid, to be honest. I think it's through the company and then they get $25 from me, but I don't feel like $25 is asking for a lot for them to do all the legwork for me. Like they're looking every day at what is available and my price range. I told them that I don't want to make anything less than $18 an hour because I live by myself and I can't. I know minimum wage is like $15, but I don't really know how anybody could live on that. So I'm like, I need at least 18 or I just can't. I can't live. So he's got a couple out. So fingers crossed. I have a phone interview tomorrow. So I'm hoping that goes well and I just get myself a job and I don't even need this guy. I've never had a phone interview for a factory job, so I'm hoping that I didn't like click on something that I'm not actually qualified for. But it's $19 to $20 an hour, so I would really love that job. I just left that job at $20 an hour, so I'm trying to stay at least as close, but I'm not going to be too picky because that was like it's really hard to outside of New York City. It's really hard to find a $20 an hour job without a degree. So factories. That's why I stay with factories. They pay the most. I can't if I go work at fast food, if I go work at a grocery store, I'm only making $15 to $17 an hour and they take mad taxes out and I can't live like that. If I go be a server, I can make like their minimum wage is different for servers. So if minimum wage is like 15, they're probably making like I don't know, 10 bucks an hour if that. Not even. Like when I was a server, I made $5 an hour because I had tips. So I made shit money in hourly pay as a server, and that's how it still is. You make your money in tips. So although yes, you get paid to be there, it's like not even. It's not $15. Like servers don't get $15 an hour to be there. They get a quarter of that because the state thinks they make mad money in tips, and it's up to the server to claim how much they made, and we never do because we never put the right amount because they rape us in taxes. The more money we make, we're servers. We don't make good money, but they act like we're fucking millionaires. Take half of your fucking check without blinking. We can't survive like that. So, server, although it picks up in the winter, it dips around the holidays because people are saving their money. And, it's not a good time to be a server anymore. People are pretty nasty, at least in New York. But I just hope that this works out because I'm really nervous. Luckily, all my bills are paid. I just have rent, and I'm still waiting for 2 checks in the mail. But I got rent figured out, and it'll be paid. So I have a whole month to get in a job, and I'm just like, I won't relax until I have a new job. But now that I have an agent, I feel a little bit easier. I have an agent, guys. Whoa. Moving on up in the world. I got a freaking agent. That's awesome. And it's not like a talent agent. Like, I'm not making it big. However, I would love a talent agent to get me some fucking voiceover work. Scrabbling. Anyway, I love you guys. See you soon. Bye.